Welcome students to online classes of mathematics for class 8. In this video we are going to study chapter number 6, which is squares and the square root of NCERT textbook. I will try to cover the exercise 6.3. This is the session number 3 for this particular chapter. Myself Deepak Gautam, TGT Mathematics in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangatha. So let's start with today's class. The topic that we are going to study today is the square root. Okay, so in previous classes you have studied about the various mathematical operations such like addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. Okay, now we have one more operations which are square and the square root. Okay, like you have studied that the inverse of addition is subtraction. Okay, the inverse of addition is subtraction, or you can say inverse of subtraction is addition. Or okay, and we have inverse of multiplication. Inverse of multiplication is division, or you can say inverse of division is multiplication. In similar, we have inverse of square is square root, or you can say the inverse of square root is square. Okay, you like we have the inverse of addition as subtraction, inverse of subtraction as addition. We also have inverse of multiplication as division, or inverse of division as multiplication. In similar way, we have inverse of square is square root, or this inverse of square root is square. Okay, let's understand this with few example. Suppose we find the square of number 1. Okay, the square of 1 is equals to 1, or you can say therefore the square root of this one will be equals to the 1 here. Okay, so square of 1 is 1, and the square root of 1 is also 1. Like let's take another number. Like if you find the square of 2, the square of 2 is 4, therefore square root of 4 is equals to 2. So the square root of this number 4 will be equals to the number 2. Okay, that's what I have written here. In similar way, if you find the square of number 3, which is 9, therefore square root of 9 will be equals to 3. Okay, so the square of 1 is 1, so and the square root of 1 is also 1. Square of 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2. Okay, square of 3 is 9, therefore square root of 9 is 3. Okay, so instead of writing this statement square root of, we can write this as, instead of this square root of, we can use a symbol which is written like this. Okay, we have the symbol like this. This symbol is called square root. Okay, and under this symbol we write the number, that is square root of 9 can be written as this symbol, and under this we write 9. Okay, we write this as square root of 9. Okay, this symbol is written as square root of 9 is equals to 3. Okay, that's how we read this. So one thing that you have to understand here is, see here, if we multiply 2 into 2, that will be 4, or if you find the square root of number 4, that will be equals to 2. Okay, also if you multiply minus 2 into minus 2, that will be this minus into minus will become plus, 2 into 2 will be 4. So again we are getting plus 4, and the square root of plus 4 is again plus 2. Okay, so in case of when we multiplying two positive natural number, we are getting the square root as positive natural number, or when you multiply two negative numbers, we are again getting the square root as the positive number. Okay, so we don't know, we are getting this number 4 either by multiplying plus 2 and plus 2, or we can also get 4 by multiplying minus 2 and minus 2. So this implies that the square root of 4 is equals to either plus 2 or minus 2. Okay, and because by multiplying both number we are getting 4. If you multiply plus 2 into 2 plus 2, you will get again plus 4, or if you multiply minus 2 into minus 2, you again get plus 4. Okay, so when you find the square root of this number 4, this can be either plus 2 or minus 2. Okay, so the square root of any number will have two values, one will be of plus, second will be minus. Okay, but in this class, that is in class 8, we will only focus on the positive value of square root. We will ignore this negative value. Okay, though this negative value is there, but we will not consider the negative value because we will study about this in the higher classes. Okay, in class 9 onward. In class 8 we will only focus on the positive value of the square root. Okay, so let's write this as the square root of a positive number. You can say the square root of a natural number have two values, one positive and one negative. Okay, but here in this class we will only study the positive value of square root, the positive value of square root. Okay, like I said, if you multiply two positive number, you again get a positive number. If you multiply two negative number, we'll again get the positive number. So when you find the square root of a positive natural number, or positive number, you can say natural number, that its square root will have two values, one will be plus in positive value, one will be negative value. But in class 8 we will only consider the positive value, will ignore the negative value. But this negative value is also there. We'll study about that in the higher classes. Okay, so I have written some square and the square root. The square of 1 is 1, square root of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, so the square of root of 4 is 2. In similar way, you can see the square of 3 is 9, square root of 9 is 3, and so on till square of 10 is 100. So the square root of 100 is 10. Okay, so that's how we understand this or read this. We read this as square root of 25 is equals to 5. Okay, I hope you understood. Let's move ahead. Now we have few methods to find the square root of a number. These are the some number which you can memorize and remember. If you are asked to ever find the square root of 100, you directly can write 10. Okay, if you are asked square root of 49, you can directly write 7. But if we have a large number or any number, we have certain methods to find the square root of those number. Okay, so first method in which is the finding square root through repeated subtraction method. Okay, the method is called finding the square root through repeated subtraction. Okay, so while studying the squares of a natural number, we studied a pattern and we concluded from there that the sum of first and odd number is n square. Okay, I hope you remember this. But while studying the patterns in square numbers, we studied this property of the square number, that the sum of the first and odd number is n square, which was, I'm writing that here, we were doing that if you take 1, okay, which is the first odd number, which is equals to 1, and 1 is the square of 1. So if you take next to odd number, that is 1 plus 3, the sum of 1 plus 3 is 4, which is the square of number 2. Okay, if you add the number 1 plus 3 plus 5, you'll get 9, which is a square of 3. Okay, so we can write it as 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. If you add 4 natural odd number, that is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 is equals to 16, which is the square of 4. Okay, that's what we studied in the while studying the patterns in square number. Okay, in similar way we have this method to finding the square root of a number, which is called the repeated subtraction method. So we're going to use this concept, that is, if you are a given number, let's say given number is 81. Okay, this is for example. Suppose we have a number 81, you are asked to find square root of this number. Okay, you have to find the square root of this number. So, and we are going to use the repeated subtraction method. So first we'll write this number as square root of 81. We have to find this. Okay, so we'll write this number, which is 81. We'll subtract the first odd number from it. Okay, odd natural number. So first odd natural number is 1. So 81 minus 1 is equals to 80. Okay, then we'll take down this number here and we'll subtract the next odd number, that is after 1 we have 3. So 80 minus 3 is 77. Okay, so now we'll write this 77 here and we'll subtract the next odd number, which is after 3 we have next odd number is 5. So 77 minus 5 is 72. Okay, after next we'll write 72 here. After 5 we have the next odd number is 7. So 72 minus 7 is 65. Okay, so now write this 65 here and subtract the next odd number, which is 9. 65 minus 9 is 56. Okay, write this 56 here. Next odd number is after 9 is 11. So 56 minus 11 is 45. Okay, after 45 write this 45 here and next odd number is 13. 45 minus 13 is 32. Okay, then we'll write this 32 here. Now next odd number after 13 is 15. So 32 minus 15 is 17, and this 17 minus next odd number is 17 equals to 0. The moment we get 0, we'll stop there. Then we'll count the number of steps, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So we are reaching the 0 after 9 steps, which means the square root of 81 is equals to 9. Okay, that's how we find the square root of any number by using the method of repeated subtraction. We'll take the number and we'll keep on subtracting the odd natural numbers. Okay, we'll just like this 81 minus 1, we'll get the result as 80. So we'll write that number 80 here and subtract the next odd number and go on and on until you reach or you get 0. Okay, after that count the number of steps in which you're getting 0. That number of steps will be the square root of the given number. Okay, so we are reaching 0 after 9 steps. That means the square root of 81 is 9. Okay, so this method is called the repeated subtraction method. Now we have another method to finding the square root of a number, which is called the prime factorization method. This method is very important and very useful. Okay, this can be used to find the square root of any number, whether small or large number. Okay, let's understand this with few example. Suppose we are asked to find the square root of a number, let's say 256. Okay, we are asked to find the square root of number 256. This is for example. So like we used to do in the LCM, we'll take this number, which is 256. Okay, and like suppose we are going to find the LCM of this. So draw one line here and one here. Let's divide this by the prime numbers. Okay, because we are finding the prime factor, so we'll divide this by prime number. So as this number is odd number, so this will be divided by the first prime number, which is 2. So when you divide this by 2, you will get 128. Okay, again this can be divided by 2, you will get 64. 64 is divisible by 2. Why we are dividing it by 2? Because 2 is a prime number and number that we are getting here are even numbers. Okay, so they can be divided by 2. So 64 divided by 2 is 32. 32 divided by 2 is 16. Again we can divide by 2, that is you'll get 8. Again dividing by 2 you'll get 4. again by 2 you'll get 2, and again by 2 you'll get 1. Okay, so let's count the number of 2's we get. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, so we'll write this as the prime factors, the prime factors of 256 is, so we'll write 256 equals to, we have 8 times 2, so 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 2 into 2 into 2, so we have total 8 times 2. Now we have to make the pair of each prime number, so we get one pair of 2, another pair of 2, another pair of 2, and one more pair of 2, so total we have 4 pairs of 2. So we'll write this as 256 is equals to, we'll take the one number from each pair, so from here we'll get 1 2 multiplied by from one digit from here, which is 2, 1 from here again 2, and 1 from here again 2, and we'll put the bracket outside. Okay, because we are taking a single digit from each pair, so from here this 2, from here 1, 1 from here, 1 from here. Okay, so now this 256 is equals to, now multiply all this number. 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8, 8 into 2 is 16, so we have 16 square, and when you shift this power 2 on this side, this will become square root. Okay, so square root of 56 is equals to 16. That's the answer. If you're asked to find the square root of number by using prime factorization method, you will do it like this. You'll first find its prime factors by dividing it the prime numbers, then write all the numbers in front of the number, then you have to make the pair of each number. Okay, then write the numbers in the bracket with the power 2, then multiply the numbers, you will get 60 like this, 16 square. When you shift this power 2 on this side, it will become square root. Okay, like I said, inverse of square is square root, so when you change this square onto this side, it will become square root. Like we have this equality sign, if you have a positive number here, if you move this positive number to the other side of equality, this will become plus. Okay, similarly, if a number is in multiplication on the left hand side, when you shift this number to the right hand side, it will become in division. Similarly, if you have the square of a number, and when you shift it to the other side, it will become square root. Okay, in similar way, we have the square of number 16. When you shift this to power 2 onto the right hand side or the left hand side, it will become square root. Okay, that's how we use this method to find the square root of any given number. Okay, now let's come to the exercise 6.3. we will understand here better with the help of few questions. So question here is, first question is, what could be the possible ones digit of the square root of each of the following? So we are given certain number, we are asked to write the what will be the possible ones digit in the square root of this number. Okay, so first number that we have here is this answer number 1, part 1 is 9801. Okay, so as you can see, the first digit here is 1, so the square root of this number will also have 1 as its unit. We get 1 in the case of when any number 1 is multiplied by 1 or 9 is multiplied by 9. Okay, so we'll write the given number has 1 at its unit place, or you can write ones place. Okay, ones place. So the square root of this number may be 1 or 9, because we get 1 only in case of when 1 is multiplied by 1 or 9 is multiplied by 9. 9 into 9 is 81, so that means we are getting 1 at the unit place. Okay, or ones place. Hence the ones digit of the square root of this number is either 1 or 9. So write hence ones digit of the square root of 9801 is either 1 or 9. Okay, so when you find the square of this number, you will get either 1 or 9 at the unit place, because when you multiply 1 into 1 we get 1, and if you multiply 9 into 9 you will get 81. In both cases we are getting 1 at the unit place. So this number may have a 1 or 9 at its unit place. Okay, the square root of this number. Now come to the next number. We have 99856. Okay, now clearly you can see we have the 4 here, 6 here. We get 4 only in the we get 6 only in the case of when 4 is multiplied to 4, which is 16, or 6 is multiplied to 6. Okay, like if we multiply 4 into 4, which is 16, so we get 6 at the unit place, or if you multiply 6 into 6, that is 36, again 6 at the unit place. So we'll write the given number has 6 at its ones place. So the square root of this number may be the square root of this number so the square root of this number may have a 4 or 6 at its ones place. Okay, so the square of this number may have 4 or 6 at its ones place. So we'll write hence ones digit of square root of the number 99856 is either 4 or 6. Okay, so since this number is ending with 6, that means this number has 6 at its unit place. So we get 6 only in the case of 4 and 6. So this number may have 4 or 6 at the unit place in this square root. Okay, if you find the square root of this number, you will have either 4 or 6 at the ones place. Okay, now come to the next one. Next number is 998001. 998001. Again, as you have 1 here, so the answer for this one is similar to this one. So we'll write the given number has 1 at unit place, so it may be its square root may have 1 or 9 at the ones place. Okay, and the next one is number have 5. So next number is, you will write the answer of this one by yourself. Next number given to us is 657666025. Okay, so we have 5 here. We get 5 only in the case of when 5 is multiplied to 5. So we'll write the answer of this one in similar way, that the given number have 5 at the ones place. So the square root of this number may have 5 at its one place. Okay, hence the percentage of the square root of this number is 5. Okay, I'm leaving it for you, so you will write the answer of these two by yourself. This one is similar to the first because both having the 1 at unit place, and this is having 5, and we know that 5 comes at the unit place only in the case of when 5 is multiplied to 5. Okay, now coming to the next question, we have, without doing any calculation, find the number which are surely not perfect square number. So we are given certain numbers here, and you have to find which of these number is not a perfect square number without doing any calculation. So we have studied one property in the patterns of square root, which is, I'm writing that here, which is when we find the square root of any number, we never get 2, 3, 7 and 8 at the ones place. Okay, so we'll write, we know that the perfect square number can only end with okay, the perfect square number have either 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9 at its ones place. Okay, 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, but we'll never have 2, 3, 7 and 8 at its ones place. Okay, so if you find one of these number, so that number can be a may be a square number, or if you find one of these four number, that number will certainly not a perfect square number. Okay, so now let's see the numbers which are given to us. First one number given to us 153. Okay, so we can clearly see the 53 is belongs to this red region, red group. Okay, so this, if the last digit of this number is 3 and this 3 belongs to this red group, that means this number cannot be a perfect square number. So we'll write, since 153 end with, since this given number 153 has 3 at its ones place, therefore it cannot be a perfect square number. Okay, this cannot be a perfect square number. Next number is 257. Again the number at the ones place here is 7, and 7 is also belongs to red group, so this number also cannot be a perfect square number. So try to similar way write, since 257 has 7 at its ones place, therefore it can not be a perfect square number. Okay, now next number given to us is again 408, having 8 at its ones place, and 8 is also belongs to red group, so this also number cannot be a perfect square number. Then the next number is 441, which have 1, and this 1 belongs to green group, that means this number may be a perfect square numbers. Okay, so we'll write the answer for these two by yourself. I'm leaving the space for that. Okay, you will write for the third number, which is 408. Okay, having 8 at the ones place, so this number cannot be a perfect square number. And the number 4 is 441, this number have 1 at the ones place, so this number may or may not be a perfect square number. Okay, so you'll write the remaining two by yourself. Now moving to the question number 3, we have, find the square root of number 100 and 169 by the method of repeated subtraction. Okay, like I've told you, we can use the repeated subtraction method to find the square root of any number. So let's start. Let's write the answer number 3. The first number we are given is 100. Okay, and we are asked to find the square root of 100, so we need to find the square root of 100. We are going to use the repeated subtraction method. So let's start. We have number 100. From this 100 we'll subtract the first odd number, which is 1. So 100 minus 1 is 99. So we'll take this number now, which is 99, and we'll subtract the next odd number, which is after 1 we have 3. So 99 minus 3 is 96. Write the 96 here. Okay, so now we'll take the next odd number, which is 5. 96 minus 5 is 91. So write 91 here. 91 minus 7 which is the next odd number. 91 minus 7 is 84. Okay, so write 84 here. Now we'll subtract the next odd number, which is 9. So 84 minus 9 is 75. Okay, 75. We'll subtract the next odd number, which is 11. 75 minus 11 is 64. Okay, now 64 minus 13 will give us 51. Okay, now 51 minus 15 will give us 36. Okay, now 36 minus 17 will give us 19, and 19 minus 19 will give us 0. Okay, the moment we get 0, we'll stop there. We'll then count the number of steps, which are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So we're getting 0 after the 10th step. Okay, so therefore the square root of this number will be, we'll write, we obtained 0 at 10th step. Therefore square root of 100 is equals to 10. Okay, that's how we write the answer. Now we have another number, which is 169. Now let's start with the next number, 169. We have to find is the second number, which is 16. We have to find the square root of 169 by repeated subtraction method. So again, take the number which is 169, and we have to subtract first odd number, which is 1. So we'll get 168. So take the 168 here, subtract next odd number, which is 3. So 168 minus 3 is 165. 165 minus 5, which is the next odd number, is equals to 160. Okay, 160 minus 7 is equals to 153. Okay, then 153 minus 9 will be equals to 144. Okay, 144 now minus 11 will give us 133. Next is 133 minus 13 is equals to 120. Then 120 minus 15 is 105. Then 105 minus 17 is, that will be 88. Okay, and 88 minus 19 is, this will be 69. Okay, and 69 minus 21 will be 48. Then 48 minus 23 will be 5 2. Okay, then 25. Okay, let's move this little below. Okay, then 25 minus 25 will result into 0. So we are getting 0 after, let's count the number of steps, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 and 13. So we are getting 0 after 13 steps. So we'll write, we obtained 0 after 13 steps. Okay, therefore square root of 169 is equals to 13. Okay, I hope you understood it, how we can find the square root of any number using repeated subtraction method. Okay, we'll take the number and keep on subtracting the odd number, 1 3 5 7 9 and so on, until we reach 0 here. Okay, so after that we'll count the number of steps, and that number of steps will be the square root of the given number. Okay, now moving ahead to the next question, we have question number 4. You are asked to find the square root of the following number by prime factorization method. This time the method that we have to use is prime factorization. Okay, I will do the 3 parts of this question, remaining will be done by you. I will do the first one, this 6th one, and the, let's say, this 8th one. Okay, remaining will be done by you. I will do the 3 here in this video, because if I do all the part, the length of the video will be very long. Okay, so keep it to keep it short, I will do the few parts, remaining will be done by you. All of them are very easy, you can easily do them. Okay, So let's start with the answer number 4. Part 1, we have number 729. So we have to find its square root by prime factorization method. So write the number here and draw one line on this side like this and one on this side. Okay, so as this number is the odd number which cannot be divided by 2, so next number which is next prime number is 3, so this number is divisible by 3, so we'll divide it by 3. You will get 2 here, then carry will be 1, so it will be 4 and 3. Okay, again dividing this number by 3, you will get 8 1, again dividing by 3 will get 27, again dividing by 3 will get 9, again dividing by 3 will get 3, and one more time when you divide by 3 will get 1 here. The moment we get 1, we'll stop there, then we'll count the number of times we are getting 3, that is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, that means the prime factors of 729 is, so we'll write 729 here equals to, we'll write the prime factor which is 6 times 3 is 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 and 3. Okay, so next step is to make the pair of each prime number. So we'll write 729, so we're getting one pair of 3 here, one pair of 3 here, and one pair of 3 here. Okay, that is from each pair we'll get single digits, so 1 from here into 1 from here into 1 from here, so we're getting 3 into 3 into 3. I will put the power 2 of this. Okay, so we have 729, this 3 into 3 will be 9, 9 into 3 will be 27 square. Okay, so 729 is equals to 27 square. Like I said, if you move this power 2 which is square onto the left hand side, it will become square root, that is square root of 729 is equals to 27. Okay, like I said, when you shift a positive number to the other side of this equality, it will become negative, or negative number will become positive. In similar way, the square will become the square root. Okay, so that's the part 1 of the question number 4. Now moving ahead, will do the next is part 6, which is 9604. Okay, part 6 is 9604. Again, we are going to start by finding its prime factors, that is number is 9604. Okay, so first we are going to divide this number. Let's first draw the lines here. We'll first divide this number by 2, so we'll get 4802. Again dividing by 2 will get 2401. Okay, now we are having 1 at the 1 place, so this cannot be divided by 2 now. So the next number that will divide this is not divisible by 3, also not by 4, also not by 4 is not a prime number. So next prime number is 5, this is also not divisible by 5. Next is 7, so this is divisible by 7. When you divide this by 7, you will get 3 4 3. Again dividing by 7 will get 4 9. Okay, again dividing by 7 will get 7 here, and one more time by dividing 7 will get 1. The moment we get 1, we'll stop there, then we'll write the prime factors of 9604 is, so write 9604 equals to 2 into 2 into 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. Okay, then write 9604. On the other side, we'll make the pair of each number, so we got one pair of 2, one pair of 7, and another pair of 7. So from each pair we'll write the single digit, that is 2 into 7 into 7, and then I'll put the power 2 outside. Okay, now multiply this number 9604 equals to 2 into 2 is 2 into 2 is 2 into 7 is 14, and 14 into 7 will be 98. Okay, so that is 98 square, and when you move this square power onto this side, it will become square root, so it will be 9604 square root equals to 98. Okay, this is 98. That's the answer. So now moving ahead, we are going to do one more part, which is part number 8, which number is 9216. This is part number 8, number is 9216. Okay, again we are going to find its prime factors. Okay, let's start. 9216, draw this line here. Okay, so first we'll divide this by 2, we'll get 4608. Okay, again dividing by 2, we'll get 2304. Again dividing by 2, we'll get 1152. Again dividing by 2, we'll get 576. Again dividing by 2, as we are getting every time we are getting a even number, so we can divide this by 2 and 2 again and again. So again dividing by 2, we'll get 288. Again we can divide by 2, we'll get 144. One more time dividing by 2, we'll get 72. Again by dividing by 2, we'll get 36. Okay, one more time dividing by 2, we'll get 18. Again dividing by 2, we'll get 9. This time we'll divide by 3, and again by 3 we'll get 1. So moment we get 1, we'll stop there. Then we'll write the prime factors. The prime factors of 9216 is, so write 9216 is equals to, count, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 times 2 and 2 times 3. So write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 into 3 into 3. So these are the prime factors of 9216. Okay, or 9216 will be equals to, now we'll make the pair of numbers. So we get one pair of here 2, another pair of 2, another pair of 2, another pair of 2, and another pair of 2, and one pair of 3. So we'll take the single digit from each pair. So 2 from here, multiply by 2 from here, multiply by 2, 2 and 2. So we'll get 5 times 2 and 1 times 3, and we'll put the power 2 outside the bracket. Okay, that is whole square of these numbers. So 9216 is equals to, now multiply the number. 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8, 8 into 2 is 16, 16 into 2 is 32, 32 into 3 is 32 into 3 is 96. Okay, square, 96 square. So when you shift this square power onto this side, it will become under root 9216 is equals to 96. Okay, that's how we find the square root of any number using method of prime factorization. Okay, so you can use this method to find the square root of any small or a large number. Okay, I hope you understood. I've done the 3 parts here, remaining will be done by you. Okay, I'm not doing all the parts because that will increase the length of the video. Okay, so to keep it short, I'm doing the only few parts. Okay, so let's move to the next one. We have question number 5, which is each of the following number, find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Okay, so first you have to find the prime factor of this number. In the prime factor of this number, you will definitely not get a pair of one or more prime numbers. Okay, so by those number we have to multiply this to make it a perfect square number. Okay, so and we have to also find the square root of those numbers obtained. Okay, so let's write the answer number. I will do the 2 parts of this question also. Let's do first and the last one, remaining will be done by you. Okay, so that is answer number 5. Part 1 we have number 252. Okay, so first step is to find the prime factors of this number. So we have tried 252. Let's find its prime factors. As this is an even number, so we can divide it by 2. So we'll get 1, 2 and 6. Okay, again dividing by 2 will get 6 3. This time let's divide it by 3, we'll get 2 and 1. Again dividing by 3 will get 7, and now dividing by 7 will get 1. Okay, so we'll write the prime factors of 252 is, so write 252 here equals to the prime factors. We have 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7. Now you can see we are getting one pair of 2 and one pair of 3, but we are not getting the pair of number 7 here. So we'll write, since in the prime factors of 252 we are not getting the pair of prime number 7, therefore the given number need to be multiplied by 7. So the number of which we are not getting a pair, so we have to multiply the given number by that number. So we need to multiply, therefore the given number needs to be multiplied by 7 to make it a perfect square number. That is, so we have the number 252 into 7. So 252 into 7 will be, when you multiply the two number, will get the result as okay, 7 into 2 is 4, 7 into 5 is 35 plus 1 will be 36. So 7 into 2 is 14 plus 3 will be 17. So we got the number 1764. Okay, and the square root of this number will be, let's multiply this. 2 into 2 is 4, so 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 7 is 42. So the square root of this number will be 42. Okay, so that's the answer. Now let's see the last part. We have number 768. This is the part number 6. Number is 768. Okay, so in order to find the square root of this number, so first we'll find the square root of this number by prime factorization method. So let's take the number which is 768. So first we will divide this by 2, you will get 384. Okay, again dividing by 2 will get 192. Again dividing by 2 will get 96. Again dividing by 2 will get 48. Again we can divide this by 2, will get here now 24. Then dividing by 2 will get 12. Again dividing by 2 will get 6. Okay, again dividing by 2 will get 3, and now we'll divide by 3 will get 1. Okay, so like the prime factors of 768 is, so write the number here, 768 equals to, count the numbers, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we have 8 times 2, that is 4, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 2 into 2 into 2, and then we have 3. Okay, now let's make the pair of number. We got one pair of 2, one pair of 2, another pair of 2, another pair of 2, and but we are not getting a pair of number 3. So definitely this number, given number, is not a perfect square number. So we'll write, since in the prime factors prime factors of 768, we are not getting the pair of prime number 3. Therefore the given number need to be multiplied by 3 to make it a perfect square number. That is, the number is 768 multiplied by 3. Let's multiply by 3, we'll get 4, then 0, then 23. Okay, and the square root of this number will be, okay, this will be 2 into 2, 4 into 2 is 8, into 2 is 16, into 3 will be 48. Okay, so the square root of this number will be 48. Okay, so the next question is question number 6. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided so as to get a perfect square. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. So again, we are given certain number, we have to find their prime factors. If we are getting the prime factor of all the prime numbers, that means it will be a perfect square number. If you are not getting the pair of any of the prime number, that means it will not be a perfect square number, and we need to multiply the given number by that number of which we are not getting the pair. Okay, so again I will do the any of the two part. Let's do second and fourth now. Okay, so let's write the answer number 6. Part second is 2925. Okay, we have 2925 here. Let's find its prime factors. First, 2925. Okay, clearly as this number have 5 as its ones place, so we'll divide this number by 5. By dividing 5, we get 5 here, carry will be 4, so this will be give us 8 and 5. Okay, 585. Now again dividing by 5, we'll get 1 and 7. Okay, now let's see by which number this can be multiplied. We can multiply this number now by, let's divide this by, okay, this number is divisible by 13. When divide this by 13, we'll get 9. Now this can be divided by 3 and again by 3, we'll get 1 here. So I'll write the prime factors the prime factors of 2925 is, so write the number here, 2925. Okay, equals to, write the number 5 into 5 into 13 into 3 into 3. So we are not getting the pair of number 13 here. Okay, so write, since in the prime factors of 2925 we are not getting the pair of prime number 13, therefore the given number need to be divided by 13 to make it a perfect square number. That is so number given to us is 2925, so we'll divide this number by 13. We'll get, let's divide this by 13, we'll get 2, again 2 and 5, and the square root of 225 is 15. That's the answer. Okay, that's how we find the square root of the number so obtained. So first you have to take number, find the prime factors of that number. If you're not getting a pair of any of the prime number, that means this number is not a perfect square number. Okay, so we'll have to divide this given number by the number of which we're not getting pair. So that number in this case is 13, so we divide this number by 13, we're getting 225, and the square root of 225 is 15. Okay, so that's the answer. Let's see the next part of this question. We have part 4, which is 2645. Part 4 is number is 2645. Okay, now we have to find again the prime factors of this number. Let's start. We have number 2645. So we'll first divide this number by 5, so we'll get 5 here, and carry by 1, so we'll get 2, and carry by 4, we'll get 9 here. Okay, so now this 529 is the square of 23, so this number can only be divided by 23 now, so we'll get again 23 here, again divided by 30, we'll get 1 here. Okay, so write the prime factors of 2645 is, so write number 2645 equals to 5 into 23 into 23. So write, since in the of 2645 we are not getting the pair of the prime number the prime number 5. We are not getting a pair of prime number 5, but while we are getting a prime pair of 23. So right, therefore the given number need to be multiplied by 5 to make it a perfect square number. That is we have number 520, so 2645 divided by 5 will get 529, and the square root of 529 is 23. Okay, so that's the answer. So simply we have this number, we have to find its prime factor. So in the prime factor by getting 5, 23, 23 and 23, so clearly we are not getting a pair of number 5, so that means we need to divide this number by 5 to make it a perfect square number. So after dividing 5 we'll get the number 529, which is the square of number 23. Okay, that's the answer of the part 4 of this question number 6. Okay, I have done the 2 parts, remaining will be done by you in the similar way. Okay, now moving ahead to the next question. Question number 7 is, a student of class 8 of a school donated 2,400, one in all, for Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. Okay, so we have, let's write the answer number 7. So the number of students in the class and the amount donated by each student is equal. Okay, therefore we have to find the first the prime factors of this given number, and that prime factors will be the square root of this number. Okay, so let's write, let the number of student in class equals to x. Okay, therefore the amount contributed by each student is also equals to x, as in the given the question says the each student donated as many rupees as the number of the student in the class. So if the number of student in the class is x, that means the amount donated by each student is also x. Okay, and the total amount donated is, and the total amount donated is equals to 2401. Okay, and the amount donated by all the student is 2401 rupees. Okay, so we got this amount by, so write that is, we get this amount by multiplying the number of student and the amount contributed by each student, and that is should be equals to 2401. Okay, that is x square is equals to 2401 rupees. Okay, or if you find the x from here, which is the number of student, this will become square root of 2401. That means now we have to find the square root of 2401 by the prime factorization method. Okay, so let's find the prime factors of this number. Okay, so we have this number 2401. Okay, first divide this number by 7, so we'll get 3 4 3. Again dividing by 7 we'll get 4 9. Again dividing by 7 we'll get 7, we'll get 1 here. Okay, so we'll write the prime factors of of 2401 is 2401 equals to 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. Okay, that is 2401 equals to 7 into 7 square. Okay, so that is 2401 equals to 49 whole square, or the square root of 2401 is equals to 49. Hence the number of students in the school, in the class, is 49. Hence the number of students in the class is 49, which is the square root of 2401. Okay, I hope you understood this question. So simply we are given this number, you have to find the square root of this number, which is turned out to be 49. That is the number of students in the class. In similar way, we have the next question, which is 2025 plants are to be planted in a garden in such a way that each row contain as many plants as the number of rows. Find the number of rows and the number of plants in each row. Okay, so we'll consider the number of rows to be x and number of plants in each row also will be x. Okay, so write answer number 8. Let the number of rows equals to x, then number of plants in each row is also equals to x, and the total number of plant, the total number of plants is equals to 2225. Okay, so that is, we are getting this 2025 by multiplying number of rows and number of plants in each row, that is 2025. That is x square is equals to 2025, or x from here will be 2025 square root. Okay, so now we have to find the square root of this number by the prime factorization method, that is 2025. Let's find its prime factors. We'll divide this first by 5, you'll get 405. Okay, after dividing 5 we'll get 405. Again dividing by 5 we'll get 8 1. Now we'll divide this by 3, we'll get 27. We'll again divide by 3, we'll get 9. Again dividing by 3, we'll get 3, and again dividing by 3, we'll get 1. So write the prime factors of of 2025 is 2025 equals to 5 into 5 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Okay, now we have to make the pair. We have one pair of 5, one pair of 3, and another pair of 3. So this can be written as 2025 equals to 5 into 3 into 3, okay, whole square. Okay, so this will be 2025 equals to, this 5 into 3 will be 15, 15 into 3 is 45 whole square, or this will be 2025 square root is equals to 45. Hence the number of rows is, and the number of plant in each row is 25. Hence the number of rows and number of plants in each row is 45. Okay, that's the answer. Number of rows and the number of plants in each row is 45. Now coming to the last two questions of this exercise, which is question number 9 and question number 10. Here we are given that is find the smallest square number that is divisible by each of the following number. We have 4, 9 and 8. So we have to first find the LCM of the number 4, 9, 8, and we'll see if we are getting the pair of each number. If we are getting pair of each prime number, then it will be, that will be the number. Or if you are not getting the pair of any of the number, that means we need to multiply this, the LCM of that number by the those number of which we are not getting the pair. Okay, so the numbers here are, we have 4, 9 and 8. Okay, the numbers here are 4, 9 and 8. So we'll first find the LCM of 4, 9 and 8 is, so let's find its LCM. We have 4, 9 and not 8, 10. Okay, first dividing by 2, we'll get 2 here. There's 9 as it is, we'll get 5 here. Again dividing by 2, we'll get 1, 9 and 5. Now we'll divide this by 3, we'll get 1, 3 and 5. Now we'll divide by 3, we'll get 1, 1 and 5. Now dividing by 5, we'll get 1, 1 and 1. So since we're getting 1, so we'll stop there. So we'll write LCM of 4, 9, 10 is equals to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. And when you multiply them, 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 3 is 12, 12 into 3 is 12 into 3 is 36, 36 into 5 is 180. Okay, this will be 180. So, but you will see that in this prime factor we are not getting a pair of number 5. Okay, so right, since in the prime factors of, in the prime factors of 180, we are not getting the pair of number 5. We are not getting pair of number 5. So, or you can write therefore 180 need to be multiplied by 5 to make it a perfect square number. Okay, to make it a perfect square number. Okay, that is 180 into 5 equals to 180 into 5 is equals to 900. Okay, so 900 is that perfect square number. Okay, now moving to the last question. Again, it's similar to the previous one. Let's write the answer number 10, which is the last question. We have number 8, 15 and 20. So first we'll find the LCM of these two numbers, that is 8, 15 and 20. Okay, so first divided by 2 will get 4, 15 will be as it is, and 10 here. Again divided by 2 will get 2, 15 will be as it is, and we'll get 5 here. Again dividing by 2 will get 1, 15 and 5. Now we'll divide this by 3, will get 1 here, 5 here and 5. Again divided by 5 will get 1, 1 and 1. Okay, so the prime factors of this, we are not getting a pair of number 2, we are not getting pair of number of 3, and also we are not getting pair of number 5. So we'll write the the LCM of 8, 15 and 20 is equals to 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. And when you multiply this number, it will be 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8, 8 into 3 is 24, 24 into 5 is 120. Okay, so this is 120. So right, since in the prime factors of 120 we are not getting the pair of prime numbers 2, we are not getting a pair of number 2, 3 and 5. Therefore 120 need to be multiplied by, so we'll multiply this number. 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 5 is 30, so this number need to be multiplied by 30 to make it a perfect square number. That is 120 multiplied by 30 will get 3600, and which is the perfect square number. Okay, so that's the answer number 10. So with this we have concluded all the question of exercise 6.3. Okay, so I hope you understood all the question. Now you have to practice all this question multiple times so that you will be able to do it in exam also, and you will get the concept easily, understand the concept easily. Okay, so that's all for